This week just started, since we haven't had a chance to talk with you. How do you feel about the new contract? And also I wanted to get your perspective on your World Cup experience.
Yeah, very excited. I was able to, re-sign with the Bulls, and for 3 more years. I felt like there was a lot of work undone. I felt like this team and had a lot more to show and improve on, and so just a lot of stuff I discussed with a lot of guys around the team when I was making my decision, and also obviously with the front office, they're planning everything, and so I'm really happy we're able to get it done before I even hit free agency, and that I get 3 years as well. It gives me obviously a stable next 3 years, especially with the family and everything, and also we really enjoy living in the city of Chicago, and so that was great for us to stay here, and stability for my family and all that. So yeah, very excited to be here. And as far as the World Cup, it was a great experience, honestly. Really glad I did it. As a team, we had a really good result. For us, country of 600,000 people, to finish 11th was a huge success. We have a chance to play the qualifiers for the Olympics. Obviously, it's a long shot, but you never know. So, huge thing for our country. People, the best thing about it was when we flew back home, the excitement, of people around the country, and telling us how proud they were of our showings and how we competed and how we represent our country, and that's why you go to the World Cup to do that, and especially try to set a good example for young kids back in Montenegro that want to play basketball or any sport, to see how it all pays off when you put in the work. So it was great experience. For me personally, I played well as well, and so it was a lot of fun. I do wish we had a better last 2 minutes against the U.S. It was close, but their quality prevailed in the end.
Hey, Vuč, with the contract, I mean, it seemed like Chicago was kind of a top priority to you when the season ended last year. But what made you say, I mean, forget money aside, what made you say, yeah, this is a place I want to go to because I feel like we can take this thing to a higher level? Why do you feel that way when it's a lot of the same pieces?
Well, like I mentioned in my answer before, I just felt like there was a lot of work undone, and I don't know if we'll get to it, but I felt like we had to give it another shot. I just felt like we didn't show our best, and we all still have a little bit of that chip on the shoulder to show a better, to have a better season, play better as a team, and that was a big part of my decision. Obviously, Chicago traded for me. They brought me here. They gave up a lot for me, and also I felt the responsibility to come back and help the team do better than we did. And I don't know what that will be, in the end, but that's just kind of how I felt. And obviously, I felt very comfortable here with the front office, the coaching staff, and especially my teammates. A lot of guys I've become very close with, and I just felt right. When you're in that situation, you just kind of. It's also with second time I was a free agent, and you kind of know what you want and what you're looking for. And for me, when with all the feedback I got talking to the front office and my teammate, it just felt like the best decision.
Hey, Vuč, I'm curious. During those conversations with the front office, was there any discussion about trying to sort of go back to the way that you were playing in Orlando, or involve you in any new ways? And then just in general with the offense, what kind of changes do you think need to happen, and how do you implement those changes to get up from 24th?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion about that. That was a big thing for me, and a lot of stuff we talked about. It. That was a lot of it was more with Billy because he's the head coach and he's the one that makes those decisions. But it was finding ways to utilize me more, not so much only for me as shooting the ball, scoring, but then using my playmaking ability to help the team in different ways. And I think we can see a lot of more teams do it and do it at a higher level. Obviously, you have Denver with Jokic, but you have Miami with Bam. Teams like that use their big man, a lot, kind of as a playmaker. And I think we also have a team that can function that way. Obviously, with me, but then all the guards that we have around can play off the ball, and I think it would make life a lot easier for a lot of our guys. I think last year also we kind of always were thinking about, oh, when Lonzo comes back, it'll be different. And then I think this year we have a clear picture. Obviously, he's not going to be back, and we have to find other ways to run our offense without, putting so much pressure on Zach and DeMar, handling the ball and scoring and doing everything. So it's a lot of conversation I had with Billy, even, before I signed and after I signed, a lot of the thoughts they had and what they're thinking, how I could be utilized and what we could do, and a lot of stuff I like. So, no, I'm not, tomorrow, obviously, we'll start working on it and see how that all goes. But I think there's a lot of different options we could do where I could be kind of that playmaker that could help a lot.
Vuč, I had kind of a similar question, but do you feel like the World Cup experience where you got a chance to get a lot of paint touches and kind of show what you can do down there was a good maybe blueprint for how the Bulls could use you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they know what I can do down there. They've seen it, so it's just, it's about finding the right, mix so that the team functions well and everybody functions well if we play that way. FIBA is a little different. It's slower pace, so I don't think we'll play that way. I don't think we should play the way we played over there when I was utilized that way. I think it's too slow for the NBA game, but there are definitely more opportunities where I could be used inside, and not only for me to score, like I said, but we had a lot of issues going inside out and creating scoring opportunities that way. We weren't as good as a driving team as you need to be to have a good offense, and so that could be an opportunity for us to do it. Out of my post up, especially if I start getting double teamed and things like that, it opens up things for us where we can also generate threes, which was something we struggled with a lot. So, like I said, there's a lot of opportunities I could be utilized, whether it's inside, where it's outside, where my playmaking can come into play and help the team. So I'm looking forward to it, whether that be in the paint, elbows, top, wherever that is. I think my skill set can, be used, and so we'll see. But obviously, the right balance will be needed. Obviously, I think also us adding JC will help a lot at the point guard, and it will give us another look. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the coaches have come up with over the summer and how that will work out. But yeah, I'm excited for it for sure.
Hey Vuč, you mentioned the need to generate more threes this season. Where do you see yourself specifically fitting into making that improvement this year?
Well, for me, obviously, it has become a big part of my game. I think for me, it's just about finding the right balance. I don't want to be out there just, standing on the three and waiting for the ball to come to me and just shoot it. That's not my game. It never has been. I don't think it ever will be. Maybe when I can't really move around anymore and I just stand and shoot. But that's years away from now, hopefully. But it's about finding the right balance, I think. I think obviously for me, as you all know, I'm most efficient, most comfortable inside and playing closer to the basket. But when there are opportunities for me to step out and shoot, it can, obviously help our team a lot in many different ways, whether that's me shooting the three or, if I do make one or two, then the bigs start closing out to me more aggressive. It opens up opportunities for me to drive, or if I get him out of paint, open up, so it opens up opportunities for others to drive. So for me, specifically, it'd be just finding that right balance, not being outside too much, not being inside too much where I'm clogging the paint for everybody. So it's something that, as we work through camp and preseason, to find that right balance will be very important. But it is a big part of my game. It does help our team in many ways, so I'll definitely continue to do that.
Yeah, Vuč, going back to the point guard stuff, I mean, in terms of like an organizer of the offense, the guy kind of coaching the floor, why do you think Kobe, Ayo, and Javon can kind of fill that role and maybe take this offense to a different level?
Well, they all have, their specific qualities. I think for Kobe and Ayo, I think last year, especially Kobe took a huge step forward doing that. And obviously he's more mature now. He signed a new deal, so he has that, to kind of help him as well. It's the same with Ayo. So just that experience, point guard is a very difficult position in the NBA. And so at a young age, it's not always easy to figure it out. And, both of them in college were more scorers than actual playmakers, organizers. So it takes a little bit of time, but they've taken huge steps. And I think they're also more comfortable with all, we have pretty much the same team. So they know the system, they know the players. And then JC, obviously, coming from Milwaukee, playing with all those players over there, has a big experience, very good player, very good driver, can shoot it, very aggressive player, and that will help us. So I think each of them is different in their way, which is good, if Kobe's on the floor, he can bring one thing, and then Ayo, excuse me, different thing. Yeah, I have one here. Sorry. Ayo can do a different thing, and then JC a third thing. So I think that would be good for us to have, and then you can play two of them on the floor at the same time. So we'll all have to explore that during camp and preseason and see how that works, and even going into the season. But I'm excited for it. I think it can be a big advantage for us if we use it the right way. So yeah, looking forward to it. I think all those guys are very good players and can help us a lot.
I just wanted to follow up on what you mentioned before, not just necessarily because of the given name, but do you think the way the Nuggets play can be a model for the way the Bulls play?
Up to a certain point, yeah, I think so. I think we have certain players that can, be utilized the way they do it. Obviously, I'm not Jokic, and I'm not saying I'm like him, but there is definitely things I can do, at a high level that can help us, and players around on this team that could play the way they're utilized with the Nuggets. And it's hard to defend when you play them. Obviously, Jokic makes it extremely hard because of his passing ability, but the way they cut, the way they set back screens, the way they always make you think how to because off the ball defending is very hard, and it takes a lot of communication and concentration. So I think it's something we have to explore more. It's something we didn't do as well in the past, and so we kind of became easy to guard because there was a lot of on-ball stuff. And I think we have to focus a little bit on the off-ball, especially guard-to-guard screens, three-man actions, with different guys involved. And so they do a lot of that. They're very good at it. They've been doing it for a lot of years now, obviously, so that's helped. But if we can, work on it and have that part of being part of our package, I think it's good to give defenses a different look. So, it's something that definitely that we talked about with Billy, and I think that we'll try to explore. And so, yeah, there's definitely things we can take from them that can help us a lot.